into the yard this session and gone back out of the yard this session.
No, that's all true. So I'm just showing Joey how this system works.
Yeah.
I don't really.
And it's not still in 81.
So let me just think. That's confusing me. So let me think for a second. If it was on in 81, it would have had to come out of track B in near Helix. No, I don't. I look at the Pittsburgh Heavener exit. But these are all from today's session. I need to find ones that ran last session because we don't read them coming out. We read them coming in, right? So, right?
Yeah, that would make sense.
So let's go back further, and I can go all the way back to the very first operating session I ever had.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I'm going to go, it may be awesome, it may be just more confusing, but let's see, 923, this was near the Helix, so that would be going, but these are coming into Shreveport, so again, it's kind of backwards because, anyway, I won't bother explaining it, but it's going to be the next one back, I think, so let's go here. Come on, you dummy. I'm not good with my fingers on these things. Okay, so this is Heavener exit, last session, and I don't know which track it is. I have to view it, and it'll tell me, okay, these all went to track 3, so these are all for 81.
Yes, there's 81.
So we've already found it. So let's see if that KCS went in there, and it was 3 something. Let's take another look, because my memory is horrible. 303079. Thank you, Carl. You're brilliant. Yeah, okay, so right now I don't actually see it. I'm just reading these numbers here. Oh, here it is. It says it was in there, and it was destined for Waldron, so it should have been picked up and set out to track 7. It did go in there. Get it read.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look at track 7, and then I'm gonna look at Waldron itself.
So we're looking at 303 and then something 079, something
Yeah,
79.
I'm looking at this pole board, Carl. I don't think that's it, but that's got the KCS had these weird numbers. They were ahead of their time. It was kind of like a checksum on a zip file or something.
Yeah.
So these numbers, the reason it's so stupid and long is you add them up and they add to a certain total, and that proves it's a legitimate number. Why they bothered, I don't know. But I guess they were afraid people would graffiti on them and mark off the numbers. The only railroad I know that did it. But that's why they have these horrible long numbers. They're not all like that, but they started doing it. They add up. So because of that, I can't just throw any number on them. I have to look up.
That was.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because you got a lot left over.
Yeah, well, and you can kind of see where the only scrap that's going to be in this is this stuff right down here and these 3 corners in each corner.
Wow. And that's a... That's the saw.
Yeah, it's Maker Made is the company.
Wow.
But
It's awesome.
so that's the second sheet of plywood we've cut. And 30 feet of wood.
Okay, yeah, because
15 feet back.
you get all of that over there.
Yeah, so the building has been doubled, so it's another 60 foot longer.
Which allows spaces.
And 45 foot wide plus.
Model this little dip. So Stillwell and Westville on the model are the same height. Then it's going to dip a little to get to watts. I am modeling that. It's going to go up again to Siloam Springs. Up, the peak will be Decatur. And then he drops down to Gravette, up a little more, down to Knoll, which is actually a low point. Up here by Anderson and at McElhaney, etc. It reaches the peak, and then it's downhill all the way. And I can show you on this model, yeah, that's the downgrade.
Oh, wow,
Now,
okay.
Even though none of this has a grade, it's not going to be flat like it looks, because all of it will be up on risers, you know, what you call L-girders. So some of this that looks flat is going to be, and you can see those I don't know what the right word is, but those things are higher than those things. So
Yeah.
you're coming around, this is, the corners haven't been done. This will be a round lollipop kind of a thing, but when you go around here, it'll be going down. Knoll, Missouri is the low point. It's going to be here. And then you start going up again, and then you go down again, and you go. So I've tried to keep it close to the prototype. The other big yard, just like, and it's really how it was on the prototype, but the other big yard is Pittsburgh yard. So even though we got all of our tools here, the working, the working height is about here. It's literally 45 inches to the top of the rail, but I don't have a meticulous brain that I can tell you that this is 45 inches. And so the valence line here, there'll be lights, and you work Pittsburgh yard, and the whole length of this is the yard. So unlike Evener, it won't have curves in it, it should be easier to work. And then it's gonna come along here, and where you worked before, Joey, when you were running that Westville Dodger, instead that's just gonna be hidden track on the ground level, not the ground level, but on where you were walking, go straight back to staging.
Okay, cool.
It's still gonna make
Yeah.
a big circle, but it's gonna go up and down, so the helix I have in there will go away, because there'll be no need for it anymore.
Right, 'cause it's going right here now.
Now, in reality, this is a little higher than Hevener. I took a little modeler's license that this is about the same height as Hevener. But, you know, this Pittsburgh, Kansas is flat. It doesn't, there's, you know, it's low. So that's the basics of it. This floor will go all the way to here, and it'll be the same height. That's the same kind of wood. It'll be the same height as that floor. So you'll come out of Stillwell, and then you'll go left instead of right, and Westfield will still be on your right, just like it was when you were facing the other way. So
Gotcha.
still keeping it true in terms of what we call sincerity. Keep the railroad that's sincere means that left is, the directions are always true. It never reverses on itself or anything. And so that's that. We've got a lot of work to do, but it's coming along. You can start to see the skyboard coming up.
Yeah, no, it looks great. And so Westville, and now it's going to be eliminated over there?
It won't be
or
eliminated, it's going to move here.
it's just going to move it over here
So
now?
you'll
Okay.
walk, and it'll give you more of a run. From Stillwell to Westville won't be so close like it was. You'll make a sweeping curve and go into here, and
Nice.
Westville will be in the middle here. And then you have a longer run until you get to Hudson Feeds, which is called Feeder, and that's how it really was. And so up here,
Right.
Hudson Feeds, and then way back there is going to be Watts, which we don't even model. It's a yard. It's got it. When the KCS went from the second and third subdivisions, later became the Hevener sub, which is one thing. That's what it is today. They stopped using Salisaw as a midpoint yard. In fact, if you've ever been there, there's only one track there now. There's a siding.
Yeah,
here.
main's away and the siding,
Yeah,
that's it.
Right. Sometimes there's an interchange done with the UP, but it's rare. But it does connect to the UP, which was the mod in this day. So the midpoint yard is now in Watts. And but it still existed even when it was called in one or two different subdivisions, but Watts was the subdivision crew change point. So
Yep.
that'll be an important yard, and then the rest of it, again, it's all mapped out and all of that. And